Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Sean Huggins and this is Europe with Hugs. Thank you so much for being here. Today, we are checking out the frozen front line. This is inside NATO's Arctic mission watching Russia. Oh, damn. So let's waste no more time yapping and just see what is going on with this NATO Arctic mission watching over Russia. Let's find out. Here we go.
After Norway, the next stop for Russian forces is the UK. That's why it's key that we have a presence here.
The message to Russia: NATO is in the Arctic and prepared.
We're present. They know we are. Readiness is my middle name.
It's been decades since this NATO maritime group have deployed this high north in the Arctic. The alliance is keen to show Russia they can operate here, and so far, it seems to be working.
Whoa, okay. Already super badass. And also, look at this freaking helicopter. The paint job on this thing is super menacing, except for the nose. The nose kind of doesn't fit. It makes it look like a little clown nose. But still cool.
We keep a lookout, they keep a lookout, but the interaction has been very professional.
The frozen front line.
A region rich in oil and gas resources and a site of potential nuclear confrontation. For many years, the Arctic was a region of relative peace and cooperation between Russia and the West. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 has seen the security dynamics change in this region, isolating Russia from the West and pushing Finland and Sweden to join NATO, meaning 7 of the 8 Arctic nations are now NATO members.
Damn. 7 of the 8. So which one is not a NATO member?
Russia has been building up its military presence in the area in the name of defending its borders and using the Arctic as a testing ground for missile systems they would use in Ukraine.
Interesting. Russia building up their forces in the Arctic to protect their borders is an interesting way of putting that, considering they are the invading force.
The High North is a growing area of importance for NATO, with Russia controlling over half of the Arctic's coastline, 24,000 kilometres. On this deployment, the maritime group have gotten 100 nautical miles from Russian territory. We've come to the Arctic to join standing NATO Maritime Group 1. Whether it's warfare, reconnaissance or rescuing, these NATO vessels are ready to react to developments at sea in the NATO area. If a Russian attack took place here, they'd be one of the first to respond.
Obviously, we're very much looking at what Russia is doing. You're talking about aggression, you're specifically talking about the situation in Ukraine.
Dude, where is this guy from? His English is like perfect.
Obviously, we are concerned, and that is something we're ready for.
What we call the Greenland-Iceland-UK gap is basically the gateway for Russian forces to enter the Atlantic and for their submarine force as well to enter the Atlantic. After Norway, the next stop for Russian forces is the UK. So that's why it's key that we have a presence here, why we have the ability to operate here.
What impact does NATO being here in the High North have on Russia, given the war they're fighting in Ukraine at the moment?
Well, it just gives them a dilemma to think about of us operating next to them, which we have every right to do. And of course, it's in the backyard of one of our main NATO partners, Norway.
Yeah, so it's, it's a deterrent rather than an act of aggression or anything like that, which makes sense to me, I think.
We keep a lookout, they keep a lookout, but the interaction has been very professional. I think their numbers are down a bit. We used to see more activity. My guess is that all the stuff they're doing has them a bit stretched.
Makes sense.
If NATO vessels were to come under attack, the crews would need to maneuver the vessels into various formations quickly and accurately. It's what's being practiced here with the maritime group's current flagship, the Dutch HNLMS De Rutia, along with NATO allies Germany and Portugal, highlighting communication is vital.
Dude, I know those people from Portugal. I know those sailors from Portugal, they joined the military in Portugal in that nice Mediterranean weather, and then they joined the military and they're like, all right, we're shipping you to the North Pole. They were like, no, I take it back. I don't want to be in the Navy anymore.
If there are any threats coming our direction, like incoming missiles, we need to train ourselves in taking station very quickly to defend the other vessels. And in the scenario that one of the missiles has struck another vessel and they are damaged and are not able to use their own defense systems, we come in to help them out and defend their units.
Power Tango, this is Power Foxtrot November, Flash, Emergency Bravo.
The tactical operator translates that in like a signal code and pushes it to the other vessels. Then he writes it down on the window, and then the whole bridge team knows what we need to do. And then 1 or 2 minutes later, we will execute the formation.
Dude, writing it on the window is a good idea. I need to start doing that. I'm going to start writing on my windows when I want to remember stuff.
If attacked, this flagship has several layers of defence it can choose from. The last resort is their close-in weapon system, the Goalkeeper.
So if there's a missile is coming at us, this Goalkeeper can take out the missile. So it is for anti-air warfare, and it's also for taking out surface targets.
Dude, that's such a cool name though, the Goalkeeper. That's really cool.
If there's a drone coming close by and we detect it as an enemy drone, we can use the Goalkeeper as well, if it's a big drone, to take out the drone. And here we have our torpedoes. The orange one is like the dummy torpedo. We use this one for training and exercises. And these torpedoes are for anti-submarine warfare. That's what we use them for. So this is our harpoon system. We use them for anti-ship warfare. So this is really like an attack missile. We have 4 on each side, so starboard side 4 and port side 4. And these are really like for our attack system.
Wow, okay, so they have missiles for anti-ships, they have torpedoes for anti-submarine, and then they have the machine guns for anti-air. So they can cover below the water, on the surface of the water, and in the air, all from one ship. That's pretty cool, actually.
For attack system, weapon systems on board. Yeah, we're now going to go to the vertical launching system. This is where our missiles are placed. These are for surface-to-air missiles.
Oh.
This is our vertical launching system. We have 5 modules. Each module has 8 canisters. We use this for to take out incoming missiles or incoming aircrafts, and we can load them with the standard missile 2. This is for a longer range, or you can load them with the ESM, and this is for shorter range missiles. This is an American system, so this means this is also like on American frigates. And we can also launch Tomahawk missiles in it. We tested it like in the beginning of this year, so this ship could be equipped with Tomahawk missiles in the future. So up there, you can't see it pretty good, but over there is our radar, APAR, active phase array radar, and we use this radar to guide our missiles to our enemy target. That's what we use this radar for. This radar can also do like surface search, you can also do it, so it could do like multiple functions at the same time. It's a really evolved radar we have.
Cool. It's not just threats on the surface to be aware of. The underwater infrastructure such as undersea cables and pipelines are essential for defence and security, and are increasingly vulnerable to sabotage.
Oh my gosh, what if somebody sabotaged the underwater internet cables? What if the internet went down? How would I be able to watch my YouTube videos?
So we want to make sure that nations can protect their infrastructure, and that's really important. You may know communications don't necessarily always go by satellite. You know, if you want to talk to America or whichever country, chances are it's going to go underneath the sea using undersea cables. So to have that infrastructure threatened, we need to make sure that all nations can keep their infrastructure intact.
Equipped with a 360-degree radar, the NH-90 helicopter plays a key part in anti-submarine warfare.
As a helicopter crew, we fully integrate with the ship that we deploy on. So as part of the Ruiter, the flagship of the SNMG-1 at this time, we're just an integral part of that. You can see 360 degrees, and we also got electronic warfare systems, so we can pretty much make a comprehensive picture of everything that's happening on the sea. When we are looking for submarines, We can use sonar buoys, which are pretty much small sonars that we can throw in the water, or use our own organic dipping sonar, which is pretty much a beefed up version of it. So even in bad conditions or at night, we can supply them with pictures or, pictures, a situational awareness of the surroundings.
Being a defensive organisation, it's made clear the NATO maritime group are here to prevent any scenario where weapons would be used. Rather, they act as a deterrence in an increasingly tense region where climate change is opening up new routes and where collective security is vital.
Didn't even think about that. With climate change, there's probably like icebergs and stuff that are melting and creating new ways of getting into other little places and stuff. Interesting. Wow. I would not have thought about most of the things that are being considered here.
Maritime Group 1, we're more or less a plug-and-play asset. If anything happens here, at the moment you just see 3 ships, but if anything happens here, there'll probably be 12 or more.
Whoa.
If there was going to be attack from Russia, what would your estimation be it would look like?
I don't think I'm going to answer that. I know that because obviously we've been having exercises and we've been planning, but I'm not going to let you look into my cards.
Smart.
Sophie Kakianis, BFBS Forces News, the Arctic.
All right. Smart man. Definitely smart man. That was cool. Yeah, a lot more consideration than I would have even thought about. Like climate change changing the landscape of the Arctic. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't even have thought about that unless this video tells me. Really, actually kind of crazy to think about. But I'm curious what you guys think of the situation. What do you think of the video? Let me know your thoughts. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. And when you're done there, consider subscribing, leaving a like, all that good stuff. It's quick, easy, free, and it really helps the channel a lot. So thank you in advance. That being said, though, that's all the time that I have for today. So thank you guys so much for being here. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.